It's Ingrid live in the evening, coming to you from the Shaler North Hills Library. Ingrid.
Hi, Miss Rebecca.
Hello.
Miss Rebecca,
Hmm.
can I just say I love working with you.
Thanks. I love working with you too.
It's really fun. And you make every day a great day.
That's not true. I can be a real crab cake sometimes.
Well, I know. No, I mean, because you always say, like, I feel like a crab cake today, because you're very open about that. But even when you're a crab cake, when you say you're a crab cake, I think it's wonderful to work with you. I think it's so much fun.
Well, thank you.
I love you, cake and milk.
Well, thanks.
I'm very happy to be here this evening reading this amazing book. Miss Rebecca, you know this book. You love this book.
I do.
Don't you?
I do.
Yeah. It's called My Brother Charlie. It's written by Holly Robinson Peete. And
She was on Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
no way.
I think so.
And her son, Ryan Elizabeth Peete. And it's pictures by Shane W. Evans. Now, it's a really cool book. And I just love it. And she is on the board of Autism Speaks. And you'll find out why. It's such a great book. And it's actually written in the voice from Ryan, who has a twin brother. So this is Ryan Elizabeth, and that is her brother, Charlie. Okay. And that's why it's called My Brother Charlie. We've always been together, even in Mommy's tummy, my twin brother, Charlie, and me. We still share lots of things. Curly hair and brown eyes. How much we love hot chocolate with marshmallows. And our dog Harriet. Rolling in the grass, music, football, and names that start with the letter C. Callie and Charlie. Wait. What? I thought this was by... Oh, yeah. But I thought her name was... I thought her name was Cal... Wait. I know that this is live and everything, but I guess they call her Callie? I was confused.
Call who, Callie?
Ryan Elizabeth?
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. But being twins doesn't make us exactly the same. I'm 2 minutes younger than Charlie. I can stare for hours at the Big Dipper and the moon, and I love to talk. Charlie is skinnier and goofier than me. He hates math. When he looks at the sky, he finds jets and helicopters, and sometimes my brother gets very quiet. When we were babies, I pointed out flowers and cats and fireflies. I snuggled and giggled with Mommy on dark nights and told Mommy again and again how much I love her. But Charlie was different. He wouldn't play with me or kiss Mommy's cheeks when she hugged him, and he didn't say I love you. Seems those words were locked deep inside my brother. Everyone told Mommy not to worry. He's just being a boy, they said. But Mommy knew there was something different about Charlie. I knew it too. As we grew older, Mommy watched Charlie very carefully. She and I could see he was struggling. Then Mommy discovered that Charlie's brain works in a special way because Charlie has autism. It's harder for Charlie to make friends or show his feelings or stay safe. One doctor even told Mommy that Charlie would never say I love you. And that made Mommy and me saddest of all. I have learned from Charlie that love doesn't always come from what you say. It can also come from what you do. And so we do right by Charlie. We love Charlie strong. We watch over him with the might of angels. We have to. When Charlie wants something, nothing stops him, even when it's dangerous. And there are days when it's hard to be Charlie's sister. Sometimes he can ruin the best play dates. Other times he seems so far away, like when he won't look at me or speak or play. I wish I could crawl inside Charlie's world to move things around for him and me. I know Charlie wants to be in my world, fitting in, making friends, having fun, and laughing. There are good times with Charlie too, when Charlie looks right at me and welcomes me with his smile. He lets me touch his face. He laughs when we lock fingers in a holding hands game. That's Charlie's I love you, said in the silly ways we play together.
Oh.
Charlie's good at so much. He knows the names of all of the American presidents. He's a fish in the water. He has a special way with animals, especially Harriet, who has her body ripped off. When Harriet and Charlie are together, there's even more I love you, said in the way only Charlie can, when he gets Harriet to sit, run, or listen.
Turn the page.
Yeah, turn the page. Charlie's got a mind that tests things. Shoelaces, paper clips, apples, pine cones, and he enjoys sharing. He likes to show off his shell collection, his new sneakers, and how well he plays Itsy Bitsy Spider on the piano. Charlie likes to share how sweet he is and how much he cares about other people. When I fall off my bike or bump my head, Charlie comes running. He always makes my hurts feel better with the caring that comes from his eyes. Sometimes, when Charlie can find the words, when they unlock themselves from inside him, he does say, I love you. I will always remember the first time I heard him say it, so clear and kind, so Charlie. I banged my toe hard and cried, and there was my brother patting my back, saying over and over again, don't cry, Callie, I love you. It wasn't just the words that were so strong. It was the love that Charlie showed me just by being there. I love you too, Charlie, came from me that fast. Charlie has autism, but autism doesn't have Charlie. If you ever get to meet my brother, you'll feel lucky to be his friend. He won't care if you have the coolest sneakers or if you are the best at sports. He'll just like you for who you really are. That's Charlie. I'm blessed to be Charlie's sister and to share so much. I count my Charlie blessings every day. At the very top of my Charlie blessings list is the love Charlie and I have for each other. Said in so many ways. And that is my brother Charlie. But dude, hang on just a second. Okay, so Holly Pete Robinson Pete. My oldest son RJ was born 2 minutes before his sister Ryan. Both newborns are beautiful, but like every mother, when they arrived, I was filled with a joy that's beyond description. RJ and Ryan were very talkative toddlers. I will always remember this because one day RJ's chattiness stopped almost suddenly. And I noticed too, while Ryan continued to pass several developmental milestones, RJ ceased making eye contact and wouldn't answer me when I called him. In 2000, when RJ was 3, we got the diagnosis of autism. Autism is defined by the medical community as a neurobiological disorder. According to Autism Speaks, a national autism advocacy foundation, 1 in 150 individuals is diagnosed with autism. I felt a profound sense of hopelessness, confusion, and anger. My husband Rodney and I refer to that as the never day, since we were told by a doctor that RJ would never accomplish many things. The 2 nevers that were most painful were that he would never verbally connect with us in a spontaneous fashion and would never say he loved us without being prompted. Today, with the help of many caring professionals, our boy has checked these nevers and many others off his list. Like so many parents, my husband and I continue to do everything we can to aid RJ's progress. Although we still face many challenges, he continues to delight us with his smarts, humor, athleticism, and charm. Okay, so then Ryan, the sister, said, I love my twin brother. He's extraordinary, even if he can be annoying. My goal with this book is to let kids and their parents in on a secret. Kids with autism are valuable human beings with real feelings, even though they can't always express them. I feel it's up to those of us who don't have autism to change ourselves so that we can better understand people who have it. At school, if you think someone is weird just because he can't express himself, he might have autism. Please don't tease that person. Instead, go and play with him. My twin brother RJ was not so popular at the beginning of 4th grade. He said, "If I could tell people one thing about autism, it would be that I don't want to be this way." That's when I put together a program for my class called Autism 101. This important lesson helped my friends and their parents become more accepting of me and my family. Here are the ideas we have found most helpful. If someone who has autism doesn't respond right away when you speak to him, it doesn't mean he's being rude. Socializing can be challenging for people with autism. Many people have trouble making friends. It's even harder for boys and girls with autism. Include people with autism even more than you would others. 3. We are all special in our own way. Focus on what kids do well. Ask about their strengths and acknowledge that everyone has strengths and weaknesses. And finally, people with autism are exceptionally smart, but their brains are wired differently. It can take them longer to process information. Please be patient. That's pretty cool. So, her brother's name isn't Charlie, and that's not Callie, but they wrote about two people almost like with the same situation. Twins.
Inspired
I
by.
got it. Inspired. And there they are. Look. RJ and Ryan and Mrs. Pete.
Holly Robinson Pete.
Holly Robinson Pete. Is she famous otherwise?
She's an actress.
She's an actress. See, when you live in the 50s.
Well, when you have useless pop culture information.
You don't know these things. But here's what I know. I know I love being able to serve you as one of your librarians. I know I love you, and I'm thankful for you, for this world. And I would love it if you would kiss your beautiful brain. And I would love it if you would kiss your loving heart and look in the mirror and say, "Hey, good looking," because you're all good looking.